back on the bike long, so not been able to capitalise on the 5-month break that he would have normally had to do a lot more bike time. But here's what it is. Fortunate, though, that the series didn't get up and running until now. Tim Geiser, though, he'll be looking to try and there's some big names not getting the kind of times that they wanted. And here's the highlights from the time practice session that we had a little earlier on today. It wasn't a qualifying race, just time practice. Tony Cairoli was always looking like he was menacing, but could never muster more than 9th position on his Red Bull KTM. Glenn Koldenoff, another one, standing construct, Gas. A little bit lower down the order board in 16th position. That was Brian Bogus. As he picked his bike up, we noticed that his chain was off. Look, so I'm not sure if that was the result of it or if that happened as a result of the impact. But Sean Simpson also having a mixed result, coming home in 21st place on the SS24 KTM. Jeffrey Hurlings, though, he had one lap where it looked like he was going to join the top 3, maybe even topple Geiser and Siwa. He was setting fast, it says, and then watch this here. He made a mistake here and then caught that peg, and it just upset the balance of the bike, launched him over the top of the hill, and he had to go and do another lap. When he did rejoin, he did finish in 3rd, and he was only 6/10 off the lead. Tim Geiser, though, having been toppled by Jeremy Siwa, went back out and put in another solid lap, and the Team HRC rider crossed the line 1:54.646, and he edged out Siwa by half a second, 0.528. So Geiser will go to the line on pole for the 2nd time this year. Beautiful day here. The Zelterzerk circuit getting back to some kind of normality here. Mr. Ingo Parch there. There's the number 84, Jeffrey Hurlings. Now, I went and spoke to Dirk Grubel during the break, and I noticed that Jeffrey had gone a little bit quiet during the run-up to those races, Arnhem and Axel, the restart races, and he had been doing sort of, what, 3-4 days of riding before that. He did have an accident. He did bang his head, and he did take some time off the bike. He's only been riding again about 10 days or so. So maybe just a little bit ring rusty, trying to get himself back into contention. Tim Geiser there, Team HRC. Looked very solid in the practice session. He's only 9 points down on Jeffrey Hurlings in the championship fight. There is Brian Bogus, number 189 on the Marchetti Racing KTM. Good to see him back up and running again after that big crash in time practice. Jeremy Siwa, he qualified in 2nd position for Monster Energy Yamaha. 2nd and 8th at the first round in Natalie, 14th and a no score in the 2nd race in Valkenswaard. Has left him just a little bit off the pace at the moment, 9th overall in the championship. And Roman Fevre, good to see the former world champion back riding from Monster Energy Kawasaki Racing Team. First time back in the sharp end, 4th in time practice, and less than a second off of Tim Geiser. What can we expect to see from him here? There's never won here, actually. The Motocross of Nations around here in the past. Won both races that day. Anyway, Mr. Ingo Parch, FIM race director, signals the time for the Fly Racing board to be hoisted up into the air for the first time this weekend for the MXGP riders. All the big hitters down the inside gates. That's where the start normally comes from. The 5-second borders turn. 30 minutes plus 2 laps. MXGP race 1 is go here. The MXGP of Latvia, and DeSalle getting caught there as he came out of the gate. Who's going to hold the tightest line as riders go head over heels? On the outside, I think it was Geiser. So Geiser, as we go into turn 2, Koldenoff with the start that he wanted. Tonus in there in 3rd place. And Siwa in 4th. Fevre up on the pegs in 5th place. And Prado running down the inside of him, so pushes the Frenchman back on this opening lap. Hurlings just between the 2 Kawasaki's there, look. Good recovery, that from DeSalle after a poor start, but he held a nice tight line through the first turn. Over the line for the first time then. Geiser, Koldenoff, Tonus, Prado now fourth. Seaworth, Fevra, DeSalle, Jasikonis, Hurlings, Bogus, Orland, Van Horby, Valandrin in 15, Pacharel, Chervelin, Caro, Natis Caro, Ivan Monticelli, Storm Simpson, Adam Sterry, Tony Cairoli. They're your top 20. Looking down the leaderboard, Mitch Evans a little bit lower down, just outside of the points, quite a lot outside, 32nd at the moment. Coming back, Thomas Covington just a couple of places ahead of him. Where is Jasikonis? He's in 8th place. Lithuanian flags flying high over there on the background, but see how hard the ground is over this side of the track for a sand track. Koldenhoff getting the start that he wanted for standing construct Gas Factory Racing. Going after Geiser, Team HRC. Tonus right there in 3rd, behind Koldenhoff. And Prado all over the back of him. MX2 winner last year, the number 61 of Jorge Prado. Geiser looking to open a gap already. Get through this first lap, guys, and then start to settle down. But Koldenhoff has looked very good, self-assured in his off-season, second off-season, if you like, the last few months. He's putting out some nice videos, looking very strong and very smooth. Good start is what he needed. Of course, he was another rider at the start of the year, semi-injured, coming back from an injury. Used this time well to get back into shape, back up to speed. Right, DeSalle, the lead Kawasaki rider, Monster Energy there, number 25. He's got the better of his teammate, number 3 in the white Alpine Star kit. Geiser, Koldenhoff, Tonus, Prado, DeSalle, Fevra, Seaworth 7th, Jasikonis 8th, Hurlings in 9th, Gauthier Paulin in 10th. Calvin Valandrin for Gavin Van Venrooy, Yamaha, he's in 11th place. Head of Jeremy Van Horbeek in 12th, the Honda SR Moto Blues. As Fevra goes back past his teammate. There's Hurlings, the flash of orange just at the back of his shot there. Didn't look that good, well, not that good, just didn't look relaxed. He looked a little bit nervous, or his bike looked nervous in the time practice session this morning. There seemed to be like a lot of mistakes. Only did the one race at Axel, the there were 2 international races in the Netherlands prior to this Grand Prix rebooting itself 154 days after the last one in Valkenswaard, round 2. Hurlings was only at the one of them as a result of that a crash that he managed to keep very quiet during that off period. Never looking good though on the Kawasaki, just behind the 61 here of Jorge Prado. Plenty of time to go though, just under 26 minutes plus 2 laps. Tonus, number 4, Monster Energy Yamaha, just leading up this trio of riders, scrubs his way neatly over that little iPhone jump there, but got to be wary of the number 61 of Jorge Prado, 2-time MX2 world champion, closing in on him on that Red Bull KTM. Oh, a slight wobble there, and Geiser made a mistake, and Koldenhoff has gone through. The gap was 1.1. Koldenhoff set the fastest lap of the race, a 57.8 compared to a 58.5. And just coming out of that tight left-hand turn, a couple of corners after the finish line, was it a missed gear there for Geiser? Watch this. Comes into the turn, and then, yeah, it looks like he's stalled or just caught the foot peg. Yeah, stalled it, hit neutral. I wonder if he went in too deep, knocked the bike into neutral. Expecting to go forward, didn't. Well, Koldenhoff has capitalised and taken that with both hands. So we have a new leader on lap 3 here, the MXGP of Latvia, and it's Glenn Koldenhoff, standing construct Gas. Tim Matthijs, the team owner, not here this weekend. Work commitments, but he'll be sitting at home. Hello, Tim. Well, if you're watching this, enjoying it, no doubt. Of Jeffrey Hurlings that we've come to suspect gets the best of the four-time champ. Nervous look on the face under the mask there. AJ going after Siwa and gets the best of the four-time champ. Nervous look on the face under the mask there. AJ going after Siwa and Hurlings going after Prado. Two enthralling battles, I think, are about to unfold before our eyes. Battle of fourth, battle of sixth. Right, will he go tight to the inside here, or will he try to keep it around the outside? Well, he chooses the latter, and Prado actually gave himself enough room as well in which to do so, but wasn't able to execute the pass. He might do it now, though, at the end of the straight. He does. Hurlings does go through. So up into sixth place set. And in the end, it was an easier than anticipated pass. And he's already starting to pull clear. Going through in fourth place. Well, I tell you what, this place here always throws up some weird results, doesn't it? I mean, Jeffrey Hurlings now is five-time winner here, 2010, 13, 3 on the bounce in 2016, 17, 18. He won a race here after re-breaking his foot on the sighting lap. Didn't ride the second race, but he has won 5 of the last 6 motos here. But then all of a sudden, is this Monticelli? Oh yeah, top of the hill, braking bumps. Just below our camp. Oh! Mitch Evans, or Monticelli, was that? Yeah, Monticelli. So Hurlings, with a little bit of clear track, has managed to latch himself back onto the rear wheel just about. The Barminas Jassiconis, 5 minutes to go. He puts his, oh, man down. Need to be seen to be backing off. That's exactly what he did. Monticelli's still down, but well, he's had a few little knocks this year, hasn't he? Here's his teammate, Glenn Coldenhoff. Apart from that one mistake, has looked pretty faultless. There's Geiser ahead of him, though. It's already 5.2 seconds. Not an easy racetrack. Time practice suggested that there would be some struggling performances out here today. Valentin Guillot being lapped there, up the inside, number 92. Tony Cairoli goes by, and Hurlings has done Jassiconis. Through the wave section, possibly. So it took him a while to get going. But once he did, he's now up into 5th place. What does that do for the championship? Well, Geiser still on 110. In fact, Jeffrey, they might be tied actually, but Geiser might get it on race wins. see what happens when it refreshes as we come over the line. Okay. Lacking traction there, coming out of that turn. Need that, just a big handful of right arm. Jasikonis will believe he can go back after Hurlings here. So Hurlings up into 5th place. Jasikonis 6th. Yeah, tied at the top of the championship. 110 Geiser, 110 Geiser. Hurlings. But it's going to go on race wins. And Geiser currently has, if he stays where he is, 3. Just looking outside of the points, actually. Alessandro Lupino, Tano Leo, Henry Jacobi, Adam Sterry, Bobashev, Covington, Guillot. A lot of names there, but good to see Mitch Evans on the scoreboard. Okay, he might be in 20th place, but first race back since dislocated shoulder surgery. Hasn't spent too long on the bike either. Only just a couple of 3 weeks or so, 3 or 4 weeks maybe max. And he had a poor start. I think he was one of those guys that maybe got forced wide in the first turn. So he had a lot of work to do. So just to come through and just get himself on the scoreboard. The good news is he's got himself in the points. The bad news is he's got to do it again. And the even worse news is we've all got to come back and do it on Wednesday. No time to recover. It's a brutal schedule that's been laid out before us. The best part of it is going to be after Wednesday. We get an extra day's recovery. Tony Cairoli. 89 Grand Prix victories here. In his career, sorry. He's actually won a Grand Prix every year that he turned professional since 2004, including 3 here, 2011, 12 and 13. So, can he find his way onto the podium here, yes or no? I know 8th in race 1 at the moment. He's got Prado just ahead of him. But we've seen some strange results over the years where people have made podiums or even won Grand Prix with an 8th place finish in race 1. I think Mark Deruva springs to mind many, many years ago. Anyway, Cairoli might be able to find his way past his young teammate. As this race nears its conclusion. A lot of wrestling going on today. Circuit definitely misbehaving. Even though those waves were a lot shallower than they were last year, still catching out 1 or 2 riders in terms of just breaking their rhythm or sending riders off track like Coldenhoff or down the track like Tonus. Definitely got to have your wits about you and be very, very mindful of what's going on. So Tim Geiser leads the way, 6.5 seconds clear of the Hoff, Glenn Coldenhoff. Roman Fevre's 3rd, fantastic comeback ride for him. Here he is, bottom of your screen, just going out of shot. Then we've got Siwa and Hurlings. This battle just getting juicy again, because you remember a few laps ago, Siwa had the advantage over Jeffrey Hurlings, and he ran him to the outside and almost stuffed him good and proper into the berm. Oh, a little bit loose there. Was that just normal for the 91? All right, Hurlings, is he going to follow him inside or is he going to go wide? Got to try something different. Get on the gas early. Probably jump long if he can here. Is he going to go around the outside down that straight though? Well, Hurlings has found his way past Prado. Cairoli has found his way past Prado. And now moves himself up into 7th place. But I just wonder how that little battle between the Yamaha and the KTM kind of ended. Just a little further round the racetrack. Here's Geiser. 2 to go, lap and a half to go. Made that one mistake, probably hit a neutral in that left-hand corner. When that happens, what happens is you're expecting to get on the gas. Then you lose that forward momentum, but your body is expecting to go forward. So then you kind of just lose balance a little bit. And he did well to not tip over. But Herlings has got himself into pole position here, and he does charge down the inside of Jeremy Seewer and does take 4th position away with just over a lap to go. Can he do anything about Febvre, though? Going to be a big ask, but that move has kept him on the top of the championship table, because it'll give him 2 extra points. 25 for a win, 22 for second. Obviously Geiser on 25, Koldenhoff 22, Febvre 20. Herlings will now be on 18, so he'll gain 2 more points, so he'll go to 112 as he hits the line this time around. Geiser will remain on 110. So we're into the final lap. This is the corner where Tim Geiser made a mistake early on in the race that cost him the lead, but then he had to capitalise on a mistake from Glenn Koldenhoff to regain the lead. Don't know if he would have naturally found a way through, but since he's got there, he has opened up. Yeah, just hit the back brake there as he landed, just to stop the rebound on the suspension, the back end, because he knew he was coming up short. That kind of stuff just happens in a flash. It was 3.9 seconds the gap as Geiser came over the line, but he knew that he had about 7 seconds in hand. Just bring it home, pick up the 3rd race win. And all will be sweet and dandy by the time you get back to the race truck. So just over a handful of corners to go then for Tim Geiser. He can't afford to switch off too much though, because look at that, Koldenhoff is still pushing. I don't think we will see a challenge for the lead, but he can't afford to switch off, but stranger things have happened. Tim Geiser obviously mindful of the fact that the circuit conditions very, very tricky and can catch you out at any given moment. But he is being caught here. There is Koldenhoff. He is going to run out of time, though, the Hoff. Tim Geiser, though, exits the final turn, takes the checkered flag, and makes it race win number 48 in his career so far, by winning the first race here in Latvia. Koldenhoff came over the line 2nd, Febvre 3rd, Herlings 4th, Seewer 5th, Jasikonis 6th.